I love you. Ring-a-ding-ding-a-ling, and welcome back to the couch. Those were the beautiful bells of Notre Dame right there. Replicated by yours truly, the Green Traveler.
Bing bang bong. You went bing bang bong.
Bing bang bong. we paid for the real bells, but sadly it burned down. So
Yeah,
most expensive waste of money of our life.
Oh, yeah. You talking about how it has burnt down, like, what, hasn't it been like twice in our life? Was
it twice?
I don't know. I
kind
of
recall burned down the one time.
I thought it was like when they were rebuilding it, it burnt down again.
Oh, did they? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just remembering that wrong. I'm not a scientist.
Science is what's involved there.
Well, we are here. Did you say you're the Green Traveler?
You didn't say who you were.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm the Faceless Leon, and this is a podcast about movies and TV called Green Faces on the Couch. We're here talking about the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Shit.
Notre Dame? Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame?
Yeah. Notre Dame. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
It's
Notre Dame. It's mine.
Oh my god.
Damn it.
Yep. This is to spoil it right out the gate. This is like probably my favorite Disney film. So.
It's worthy of that title. It's a good fucking movie.
I love the music, man.
Yeah, it's
the music
really good.
is so fucking. I love The Music Man too. That's a decent musical, but the music.
I've worked that show. I disagree.
I did too. I worked it in high school, but that was a long time ago. I remembered enjoying it. The
Shapoopy? Come on,
Shapoopy, man. Shapoopy is hilarious.
It's the worst. I had to spotlight it, I think.
Yeah, I did the audio, so I was able to control the mics, and it was funny.
Yeah.
I would just like after a while we were just like, no, we're just gonna put one fucking condenser mic up in the ceiling and that's it. Like I'm not turning on all these fucking actors and their voices because I can't figure out how to make them all sound good together.
Yeah, and all their dancing
high school
shoes
teenagers
too, like not even in time steps probably. Because they're high schoolers.
Yeah, I turned on one person's mic. I remember there was one guy who was really good at
projecting?
What is that? Projecting, thank you. Yeah, he was really good at that. He had a beautiful voice. And I remember I put his mic up to 25%, and then the condenser mic was on, and that was it. And it was just those two, and that was all the audience could hear, but they could hear everybody singing on stage, of course. So, like, it was fine.
For the fans at home, do you remember what he played?
No.
Yeah, I don't remember character names either. Gary, yeah, okay.
But no, I remember I got there because I said the music. I love the music in this.
Yes.
And Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's fucking great, man. Especially the very intro. So like ever since I was a kid, I've loved Edgar Allan Poe, and he has a poem called "The Bells." And that's my favorite poem by him. I'd never know how to say it because it's like the rhythm is so weird to me. But I fucking love that poem.
It's a good one.
And every time I hear the beginning of Hunchback of Notre Dame, when you have the one guy, what's his name, the wacky character that introduces everything.
Oh, the jester character. Let's see.
Yeah, the Archdeacon. No, it's not the Archdeacon. Never mind. That's.
No, it's definitely not the Archdeacon. He's not on the Wikipedia list. I had the IMDb list up there in just a minute.
Was it Kloppen?
Kloppen?
Kloppen? Oh yeah, Romani puppeteer. Kloppen.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Kloppen Trulifou. Played by Paul Kindell. He has a song at the beginning where he's talking about, the bells of Notre Dame, and that's just the song, is he's just saying bells over a lot, and it always reminds me of that Edgar Allan Poe novel. So it always gets me in the like right mood set immediately. I'm just like, I like this.
Yeah.
And the rest of the music is just fucking Flame. Do the kids still say Flame? Is that a good thing?
No, I think the last I heard was Bop, and that might be old too.
Bop?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bet. I remember bet. I've heard bet a couple times. I don't know what that means, but I've heard it.
I don't either. We're showing our age.
These days! The damn words they
gotta
say.
Stop showing our age. So
dude, literally, I said, like, the last, 2 weeks I've said something and had, the youngest guy at work be like, did you really just say that right now? And I was just like, what, is that bad? What
did I say?
What are you talking about? I used to say it all the time as a kid. Jesus.
I'm not that old, am I? Jeez.
God.
Yeah.
But no, I'm immediately set into this movie. I love it. And Kloppen is our narrator. Do you want to summarize what Kloppen lets us in on, the info that he dishes out?
I will try. He starts off the story by telling the tale of how Quasimodo was found by Frollo, who I don't know what he does. What is Frollo's job, anyways? Is he a judge?
He's a judge. Judge Cloud Frollo.
He's an ass.
He's an ass, man.
He hates the Romanis, and there, by the way, is a lot of slurs in this movie. But at this,
and no cultural card again. I don't think.
Yeah, no cultural card again.
Well, I feel like the Romani, the Romani slur that most people know, I feel like most people still don't realize that it's a slur.
Yeah, it's true.
I still feel like it's not true. A publicly recognized thing.
Definitely in the 90s, it was a lot less recognized as such.
Yeah.
Also, I think, because we had the same problem with Pocahontas, that there wasn't this cultural card, even though there's slurs in that as well. And and I argued that maybe they decided not to because the message is truly tolerance and coexistence. I think the message hits so much harder. It's the same message, but I think it hits so much harder in this movie than it does in Pocahontas.
Yeah.
And that's because they actually show the turmoil that the people go through by people who think that they're doing it for religious reasons and stuff like that.
And you have more powerful moments too in Hunchback, because I'm vaguely remembering in Pocahontas, there's her one big moment is where she jumps in front of the blade and to
the club,
stop her father. Yeah, the club.
The only thing that's actually in the legend of her. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and it's that's her big moment. Whereas with Esmeralda here, played by Demi Moore, singing voiced by Heidi Mollenhauer, Esmeralda's big moment, at the end is where she literally just fucking stands up to him. And she's she rouses all the people, and she's like, "We're not gonna fucking," she does this throughout the whole fucking movie, 3 or 4 times, where she stands up to
Frollo.
Cloud Frollo, and she's like, "Fuck
a hero." Esmeralda, for sure. Great.
And I think that's why
model.
It rings more, though.
Great role model, even with her being a dancer, a busker, and all that.
Yeah.
But that's because of the cultural restrictions that are put on the Romani people in this period, and it's one of it's like today with our young black population. We're perpetuating the culture by expecting these stereotypes out of people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we also limit what they can do in the rest of our society. I mean, that on the legal end, that's over in our country, but it's still they're still trying to find legal ways to fuck people on the vote.
Yeah. Oh, they found him too.
And they found him. They found him.
Gerrymandering. It's a beautiful thing. But I think that's why the message just hits harder in this movie, though, is because you see the people fighting so strongly for themselves and overcoming. Whereas, I mean, it kind of happens in Pocahontas, but it's the big act is sacrificing yourself. like, or, you know, like off, you know, that kind of a thing. It's like, it just feels weirder. Whereas here it just hits, like, it's a fight, it's a struggle, and you know, it's fiery, shit's burning, shit's crazy, there's mayhem, there's possibility of death, like, it's
bad. It hits
it's hard. A bop. The whole movie's a bop.
It is. And is it for children? I don't know. I watched it a lot as a kid, but fuck.
Yeah, I watched it a shit ton. We even showed it. I remember we showed it in school because it's like, it's a...
Yeah.
It's a bit of, you know, tiny piece of history where it's like, you know, this when is it in France? I don't remember what year it is.
I don't
early
either.
1800s?
Well, in the title, apparently, it was originally titled Notre Dame de Paris, 1482. So
1482. I thought 1800s. Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think it was quite France.
That's because it was published in the early 1800s. That's why.
I thought you said 800, and my brain still said 1800. But yeah, at 800, I don't think they were quite France yet. But
no.
Yeah. This is obviously based off of a novel, too, by Victor Hugo. I almost said Hugo Weaving. But
that'd be a completely different tale. No, I read this novel way back in high school, and I barely remember a damn thing about it. It was one of those things that, like, I think I read it for a book report or something. I was just like, I don't want to do this. It's just like, you know... I don't think it was like a specific book forced upon me. I think I chose it, but halfway through I was like, I'm not old enough for this. I'm stupid. Like, because it's, you know, it's
drags
1800s French writer.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like if I were to come back to it now, I would appreciate it so much more. But I only remember that, as I told you before we started recording, all I remember is Esmeralda died in the books, and Quasimodo's skeleton was found many years later in the end.
Oh, man.
He was with somebody else's skeleton.
So
I can't remember if it was
the sequel
Frollo or
didn't happen.
Esmeralda.
Then. He didn't find true love with the blonde.
No, I don't think so. But I do think that it still has the romance between Esmeralda and Phoebus. Like I still think that's still a thing in the book.
It means sun god. Phoebus is played by. Where are you, Phoebus? There you are, Kevin Kline. The immortal
I don't think we've actually said. Yeah, I don't think we've actually said Quasimodo is done by Tom Hulce, who we know from the live action of Amadeus, which is just a fun fucking movie too.
Oh, it's a great movie. 100%, probably one of the best movies ever.
Yeah, it was really funny too because I didn't know that Tom Hulce did Quasimodo when we watched Amadeus. Until like halfway through, and then like you told me, or somebody like maybe the internet told me, I don't remember. But like it was one of those moments where I was like, "What?" And now whenever I see Quasimodo, I can just see Mozart. That's it. Like, I just see Tom Hulce's Mozart, and it's so funny.
It's a completely different character too. We'll have to do that.
He's got such a beautiful singing voice, though.
Oh, he does. Yeah, surprising. And his current headshot that he has, that they have for him on Wikipedia, that is.
Oh, I know.
He looks like Mark Hamill.
I could see it. Yeah, I can kind of see it. Yeah. It's kind of funny because I look at it, I'm just like, I can see Amadeus in there, but I'm just like, whoa, it's like such a completely different human being. Like, it's so weird.
But not in Quasimodo. You can't see that in Quasimodo. No. So I think we got a little sidetracked. I was talking about the story with how Frollo comes upon Quasimodo. He is chasing down his mother and another group of Romani people. Who,
my gosh.
You know, because that's what he does. He's a brutal, brutal man. And on the steps of the Notre Dame, he kills the mother by pushing her or something, and she hits her head. And then
it's snowy. It's snowy ground.
Yes. And then slips. He goes to drop Quasimodo in a well. And
he's ugly.
Because he is unfortunately deformed, yes. The Archdeacon, however...
I'm a green alien. What do you want from me?
And I am a faceless person, and I don't judge. Okay.
Yeah, well, I judge. I think it's okay for ugly people to call other ugly people ugly.
All right.
It's our thing.
All right. Well, anyways, the Archdeacon, played by, I think you already said David Ogden-Stiers, but
I know, he's in every fucking Disney movie, man. It's so weird. It's changing. It was so funny, too, when this movie started. I was just like, I wonder if David Ogden-Stiers is in this. And then, like, immediately the Archdeacon starts speaking. I'm like, God damn it. Like, all of my childhood, I didn't know this.
So funny. Anyways, he convinces Frollo that it would be incredibly sinful to kill an infant. Let alone in the well that
the fact he has to convince him too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? Frollo is so self-righteous that he cannot.
Frollo is like easily the most evil villain Disney's ever put forth.
Just completely genocidal. I mean, the scene as a kid, like, you get the point when he lifts up the rock and flips it over and he's explaining what he wants Captain Phoebus to do, and he's squishing the little peel bugs. Like, as an adult, it's like, oh, you fucking asshole. I hate you.
Right.
But Tony J just did an amazing job. My whole life, I really thought it was Alan Rickman, but it's Tony J. I'm not sure if I know him.
What else do I know him from? Because I feel like I feel... Oh, Tailspin. Yeah.
Oh, really? Was he Shere Khan in Tailspin?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Man. I was like, oh, he was also in Twin Peaks?
Interesting.
Wait. Do I remember him? It's been so long since I watched Twin Peaks.
I never watched the second season. And there's a third now.
We tried so hard.
We got through the first season, but I feel like I would have to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's such a weirdly off show. I love it.
I know, it's so.
But
weird.
anyways, Tony J is fucking phenomenal as Claude Frollo, and like he's got also my second favorite musical number, which is the.
It's so good. Is it Ave
what's it called?
Maria? No.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, that's a
Beata Maria. Yeah, that whole sequence, like the animation, the flames, all of it's so freaking beautiful. Like I can watch that animation so many times. It's
Hellfire.
And it gives you so much.
It's called Hellfire.
What is it?
It's called Hellfire.
Hellfire, yeah.
That's a great one.
But I do think he says Beata Maria.
Yeah, something.
If I remember my French. But it's so, I like, you get so much backstory and depth into this villain, and it's like he's the deepest villain they've put forth as well, because there's so much creepiness to him.
Yeah,
because he's seen this Romani woman, Esmeralda. She's danced. They had their festival of fools, which was a big, amazing sequence.
Yeah.
But she taunted him, and she stood up to him at the festival of fools. And having this woman push back against him, he wants to crush her,
right?
He wants to beat her and have her defeated and dead, but at the same time he's also infatuated and like creepily so.
He is both filled with hatred and lust for Esmeralda. Yeah, very clear.
And that whole Hellfire sequence is just so disturbing. And I love it so much because it's just like they've never gone so deep into a villain like this, where they've given him so many like just really realistic human qualities. Where it's just like you see him and you're like, yes, I know many people of power who are just like you. Like it's very disturbing.
Yeah, it is. Especially today, I feel like we have more leaders like that. Who just feel like they're doing the right thing, but really they're just hurting a lot of people.
Looking at you, Weinstein.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's another movie I want to watch for the show at some point. She said, some point.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's called She Said.
I think there's two. There's
really?
She Said, and then I think there's Women Talking, which is coming out soon. So maybe we compare those.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. I wonder especially if it is the same story. I wonder what the different angles will be. That would be interesting.
I don't think Women Talking is about that. Is that Weinstein specifically? I think it's just another.
Is it a fictional story about it?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. I just saw the title, and I guess I'm just maybe assuming it might not be like that at all.
Might not be,
but who knows?
So,
but no, yeah.
Back to the story a little bit. As I said, Phoebus, he's brought in by Frollo because he heard that he's a loyal man, but really he's a good
war
man.
Hero.
Yeah. He is a very good man. So when Frollo tells him to, go kill people, he's for no apparent reason. He tries to find ways to help those people. At one point, he flat out refuses with some orders and almost dies. And he's a good character. I enjoy him, and I like.
Yeah, I really do like Phoebus.
Yeah. I like a lot about this movie.
Yeah. That's one of the nice things too, is like, so as awful as it is to say the romantic idea between Quasimodo and Esmeralda, right. Even though it's like, Quasi is like kind of, hoping for that. Right. But like once he realizes that she loves Phoebus, right. He's just like, oh. And it takes him a while to warm up to Phoebus, but once he does, he's okay with it. But like the idea of like that romance hanging over everything, once she starts liking Phoebus, you kind of are like, oh damn, it's just like at least as a kid, I was always like, oh
just
man,
a little bit, because I think it's very easy to, what is the word, to sympathize for Quasimodo, but that's not relate to him as a kid.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if you ever felt that you didn't fit in,
Yeah. I mean, as an adult, like, I feel the same. Like, there's moments where, I'm non-binary and, like, I'm trying to express that, but at the same time, don't want to express it too much because then I feel left out. And it's just like, it's that kind of like thing of like not fitting in, but wanting so desperately to fit in, but be yourself around that.
Right.
And that's like when when Quasimodo goes to the Festival of Fools, it's so freaking fun for him because it's like everybody just thinks he's wearing a mask. They just think he's in a costume.
Yeah, I think that's something we didn't quite explain. Though Frollo...
Nah, I'm just assuming everybody knows this.
Everybody knows this movie. So Frollo, though he agrees to take charge of Quasimodo, he locks him away in the bell tower. And tells him that people would never accept him for who he is because he's a monster. Basically just, gaslighting him and being a general asshole.
Hiding his discrepancies as much as he can, his sins.
Yeah.
Making
him look like the best person on the planet.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of a certain stepmother that I once had. Oops.
Just lock you up in bird cages a series of unfortunate events.
Just like the self-righteousness part of it. Like, only she could be right.
Right. Yeah. There's so many people I know like that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a frustrating personality trait.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it really works so well for a villain, especially of Frollo's. Frollo?
Frollo! Come get your breakfast, Frollo! It's getting cold! I do think...
He works so well against Quasimodo's, like, his innocence and then, like, his just his need to fit in. And then you got Esmeralda's... just her whole struggle to like help and better her people and to get out of the is slavery the right word? Like I don't think they were enslaved technically.
They were oppressed.
Yeah, they were oppressed.
What is the term when you're genocided against?
Yes.
Yeah.
That. Yeah. But then enter Phoebus, and it's like as I was saying with the relationship with him and Esmeralda, like you're upset at first because as a kid I was upset, but Phoebus is such a good, warm-hearted person that you're like, I get it. Yeah. I kind of like him too.
Yeah. And Quasimodo's
he's a handsome.
They're good together. They're good together. Yeah. He'll keep her safe. We'll still all be friends. It's great.
Yeah, it's so nice. And I kept expecting to Phoebus's horse is named Achilles, and I kept expecting like right at the beginning they say Achilles heel. He does that moment. Yeah. And so I thought that would come into play where they would make that like that kind of an actual like a joke or a reference where like it's a weakness.
Yeah.
Like he does something that's like a weakness, and I was never fulfilled on that. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
It is funny.
But I loved Achilles. Yeah. He does get a lot of good comedic bits where he gets to sit on people, and that's fun. Does.
Yeah. Very classic horse bits. That's true. So there's 3 other characters that we have not talked about. Something that I really like about Quasimodo is that he has an immense imagination. I mean, you would have to survive. Or is it? That is exactly right. It could be the power of Notre Dame. But he, for one thing, he loves to carve figurines for the townspeople, and he has this little model of the square that he can see, and he has all the people in it, and that's really cute. But he converses all day with these 3 gargoyles named Victor, Hugo, and Laverne.
Yeah, where Laverne comes from, I don't know, but obviously Victor Hugo.
I think it's just from Laverne and Shirley, maybe, because she kind of... What
if his name was Victor Laverne Hugo? That'd be hilarious. That was Victor Marie. His name was Victor Marie Hugo.
So Victor is played by Charles Kimborough. I think that's how you say that name. I don't really recognize him from anything.
Bro.
I always thought... Was he in The Crown? No, it doesn't matter. I always thought that he was Miles or Niles, whichever, from Frasier. Sue me. I was a kid, okay? I thought there was X amount of actors in the world, okay? So then the next one I always knew because Seinfeld was on like forever, all the time in my house. And probably everybody's house in that time period. Jason Alexander plays Hugo.
Sadly.
And I'm trying to find Laverne on this list. Here she is. Mary Wicks, I think.
Mary
Wickies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's apparently a nun in something. Looking at her.
Sister Act.
Looking at her Wikipedia
She was
photo.
in the Sister Act movies. And...
she was a nun in many things.
In many things, I guess. Highway to Heaven, I would guess. Maybe. No, she was someone named Minnie. I don't know why they called her Laverne, but it works for that character 100%. I think it was just a funny. I don't know.
Maybe. Here's what Mary Wicks. She often played supporting roles as prim professional women, secretaries, nurses, nuns, therapists, teachers, and housekeepers.
That was not her character as Laverne. Laverne is like a real sweetheart to Quasimodo, of course, but she has to keep the other 2 in line, and she's got this awesome accent, and that is absolutely not French.
She was the type of elderly individual I want to be, which is like the cranky but nice. Yeah. Like, so it's like she's always like yelling at her, "Why are you doing this?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that exactly.
Damn you kids, get off my lawn. Come inside and have some fucking chocolate chip cookies. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Yeah. Jason Alexander's gargoyle is really kind of rude and gross, has a pig's face. Kind of like
really gross.
Yeah, he's really gross.
He really badly wants to have sex with some goats.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Esmeralda's goat.
For goats.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
I wonder if Frank Welker was the goat.
Oh, that made me so happy. I did find that Charles Kimbrough, who did Victor, he was the narrator for the Angry Beavers show. Did you watch the Angry Beavers as a kid?
Just a little bit. And Frank Welker was 100% the goat. And
oh my god!
And the baby bird that Quasimodo helps fly at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, that's a good scene too. I love that little. It's a good introduction to Quasi.
Yeah,
Quasimodo. He also loves the bells too. Like that's really the bells are really well displayed in this movie.
Oh,
like,
and he's super strong from ringing them too. He's ripped as fuck.
Yeah. And his ability to parkour is fucking great too.
I love it.
Like
it's definitely.
That's my
cartoon.
favorite sequence. The Out There music video.
Oh,
if you just
so
Google
good.
that on YouTube, that's the best sequence of this whole movie. It's so good.
The goat by the way is Jala. It's that DJ thing. I'm never quite sure how to say that, but
DJ
DJALI is how it's spelled. Jala.
I say Jolly.
Jolly. It might have been Jolly. Because I kind of thought it was Jolly, like Golly when we were watching it. So maybe that's right.
Yeah, I think maybe Jolly. How fun! What fun!
Yeah,
so beautiful.
So we'll see Frank movie. In the next one, and David as well.
Does it really? He's in Hercules too.
I'm just saying.
I'm really curious because I have not looked it up. I want to be surprised each and every time. I love it, man.
It's hilarious. So, are you ready for closing statements?
I am. It's my favorite fucking Disney film. It's easily 4 stars. Like, if you have not seen Hunchback of Notre Dame, what the fuck's wrong with you? Go out and do it.
It's good.
If you are Romani, know that there are a lot of slurs if you haven't seen it. That's upsetting.
And honestly, as a Romani human, I think they unfortunately expect it because people just haven't figured it out yet. And that's unfortunate.
But I will say that it looks like Wikipedia had updated the Hunchback.
It did look like
Wikipedia perfectly. Yeah. That was nice. But no, I highly recommend this film. The music is beautiful. I'm always listening to the music. Every single year of my life, ever since I've seen this movie, I've had the music on at some point in that year because it's fucking phenomenal. At the very least, Hellfire and Out There.
Oh, they're both great songs. Yeah. Really, all the songs are great. The rest, though, are less poignant and more jolly fun. Because of the carnivals and stuff. And when they get to the underground city eventually, the City of Angels, I think they called it. I can't remember.
Something like that.
Los Angeles is under Paris, just so you know. and that is where the Romani live.
Accurate. Geologically accurate.
That song, even though we were talking about execution, was also very, very light.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, even the fucking the choir bit where they're in Notre Dame itself, it's right before Hellfire, where you just have like the friars and everything walking by, and they're just chanting and everything. It's like even that bit is just like, this is so nice to listen to. Yeah. Even though it's ominous sounding and leads into like the craziest song in the entire soundtrack, it's just like once you hear it, you're just like, yes. Well, there's something about church bells. I just like, even though I'm not religious, I like a good church bell.
Church bells is nice. I lived at my father's place is behind a church, a Lutheran church, and so every Sunday we'd hear the bells throughout the day. Saturday too. Excuse me, and we did learn to enjoy them. Also, at one point, I don't know what position he was in the church, but he let us play in the courtyard in the middle of the church. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I was an acolyte at mine.
I didn't
I
attend
snuffed
that one.
the candles.
Like I said, Fort Wayne, we call it the city of churches. So we did not go to that one. We just lived there and played hide and seek in the graveyard on Halloween.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I give this movie that we're talking about a face and a half. It's a damn good movie. It's just kind of a damn shame that they use this slur over and over again. And I'm really not sure if the slur is universal in Europe or if that's an English word.
Gotcha.
If that's the case, then why didn't they use whatever term was appropriate for France? You know what I mean? I don't know. They're probably trying to let people know who they are talking about without any mistake in their identity. That's probably what the goal was. And like I said earlier, it was a lot less well known that it was offensive to the Romani people. So that's the show, right? That
is the show, I think. Yeah, get out there, get on to Disney Plus and watch this bad boy. Right. And have a damn good time. It's fun.
Yeah, please enjoy it. If you like this review, and you want to support our show, that'd be awesome. You could go down to patreon.com/greenandfaceless. There's a lot of tiers there. We have 2 Patreon episodes a month, one at the top of the month that is suggested and voted upon, and we send that out to everybody to listen to, and then one that's a Patreon exclusive just for the patrons called Bangers and Hash. So if you want to check that out, go do it. Do it! Go do it, guys. Do it. Help us out, please. Yeah, it'd be great. Because we love you. We love you. We love you. And? We want your money. Yeah. No. Yep, I think that's it. Shit. That's the show. That's it. Gimme some more. I am the Green Traveler from Gorsh. And I am the Faceless Leon. I'm not I'm not that pushy, but I do need a new car, okay? Safe travels. I'm green, man. Yeah. Green with greed. Green with greed. I am the Green Traveler from Gorsh. No, I'm not. You are. What the fuck? I am the Faceless Leon. Safe travels and good night. Green and Faceless on the Couch is a proud production of FictionWorks 19. Are you a fan of the show? Feel free to contact us at greenandfacelessfans@gmail.com or visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/greenandfaceless. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, or rate us on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for listening.